In the last part, we made some modifications regarding the UI of our app. In this part though, we're going to be starting working with the ProfileViewController. So without further ado, let's just dive in and open up Xcode. Alright, so let's just go ahead to our ProfileViewController. So the first thing that we're going to be building here is just a table view, just like we did in the home view controller to display our tweets. So let's just add that. So private let profile table view, that's going to be of a type table view. Alright, so let's just initialize that here with the anonymous closure. So let table view, that's going to be UI table view. So just use our cell that we have created earlier in the previous videos. So tweet table view cell, self, and tweet table view cell identifier. And then we just need to say table view dot translates auto resizing masks. That's going to be equal to 0 as well, so that we can actually activate the constraints. And then we're just gonna need to return our table view. So over here, I'm just going to add that to my view. So profile table view. And over here, we just need to assign the delegate and the data source for this controller. So profile table view profile table view delegate, that's going to be equals to self, profile table view, and that is going to be equals to data source as well. And here we just need to extend our profile view controller to actually conform to those two protocols. So profile view controller UI table view delegate, as well as the UI table view data source. And over here, we just need to implement both functions that we're going to be using for actually displaying cells on the screen. So basically, let's just return here 4. And for here, let's just say cell for row at basically guard let cell, that's going to be equals to table view dot dq. I'm just going really quick on this because we have earlier created this before in the home view controller. So tweet table view cell dot identifier for the index path, which was given to us by the method over here. We're just going to cast that basically to tweet table view cell, else we're just gonna need to dequeue a normal table view cell. We haven't really registered a normal cell, but trust me, 100% of the times that works. And over here we can just say return cell, and yeah, I believe that's it for the configuration of the table view cell. Now we need to set the constraints so that the table view, or basically the table view is going to be shown on the screen. So let's just go ahead and consider creating a new function, which is basically configure constraints. So basically this view controller yet doesn't have any idea that this function exists. So basically let's just create it. So private func configure constraints, and over here I'm just going to say profile table view constraints. All right, let me just say that this is going to be an array of just constraints. Let's just do that. So basically profile table view dot leading anchor dot constraint, and that is going to be equal to view leading anchor profile table view top anchor constraints, and that's going to be equal to view top anchor. All right, so profile table view trailing anchor, that's going to be constrained with the view trailing anchor as well. So basically we're just stretching our table to match the bounds of the screen. So from the top, leading, trailing, and the bottom anchor as well. So let's just do that. So yeah, the trailing anchor is going to be constrained with the trailing anchor. Now we just need to constrain the bottom anchor as well. So constraints to the view bottom anchor. And last but not least, we just need to activate those constraints so that they can actually do their magic and display the table view. So profile table view constraints. Let me just hit build and run, and let me see what do we get so far. Hopefully we get everything correct. So as you can see here, the home view controller is set up. Let's just tap on the profile. So as you can see here, basically our table view that's responsible for viewing our own tweets, or basically the tweets in general, is working correctly. So right now, let's just go ahead and create our table view header that's going to display our header and also our profile image and some information about ourselves, like the following list and as well the followers list. So let's just do that. All right, so let's just create a new file over here. So basically, let's just right click, new file, and that is going to be a Cocoa Touch class, which is going to inherit basically it's going to be a subclass of UI view. All right, so let's just call that profile table view header, or basically for simpler naming, so profile header. Okay, so just create that, hit create. And as you can see here, basically we don't need any of this, so let's just delete that comment and start by implementing our initializer for this view basically. So just go ahead and type init frame and just super init frame. So basically we're just going to initialize that view with the frame normally, like we do with any other view. And over here we just need to implement the coder init as well. So let's just say init coder, and we can just say fatal error over here. So right now we get no error whatsoever regarding this view. All right, so for now let's just give that a background color so that we can actually see how things work regarding the layout of our profile. So let me just type ahead background color, and that's going to be equal to red for now. And let me just go ahead back to my ProfileViewController, and over here inside my view.load actually. So let me just initialize that. So let header view, and that is going to be profile header, and that's going to be initialized with a frame. So basically the same initializer or the same method that we have specified earlier when we created this profile header. So let's just say cgrect, and that's going to be at the start of a point 0 and 0. Basically that's the origin of our profile header. And for the width we just need the entire width of the profile. So let me just do that. So basically profile table view cell frame dot width, and for the height let's just give that like an arbitrary number. Let's just say 380. All right, so right now we have our header view initialized, so let's just pass that to our profile table view. And I didn't pass just the instance of the profile header view because we just need to constrain that header view in the future. So basically we just need to have like an actual object that holds this or basically a variable that holds this object, so that we can access more methods that we're going to be adding in the future with this profile header. So over here, let me just go and say profile table view dot header view, or basically table header view, and assign that to header view over here. All right, so basically that should be working. So let me just hit build and run, and let me see the result of this. All right, so let me just tap on the profile, and as you can see here, basically we have like a placeholder that we can use for adding like our avatar, our header, or data like the follower and the following count, the bio, and all that kind of stuff. So just go ahead and configure this. All right, so let's just add our first component to our profile header. And you know what? Just I had like second thoughts or something. So let me just rename this to profile table view header, because we're gonna need the header view, or basically the profile header, for other component. And over here, let me just rename this, so profile table view header, and over here in the profile I just need to rename that as well. So just make sure everything is working correctly, and as you can see here, basically yes, we have our profile table view header still in place. So let's just add the first component for this profile header. So let me just go back to my profile table view header and start by writing our first component for this. Alright, so first of all, I'm just gonna need to write private let profile header image view. Alright, so basically that's going to be of a type UI image view, and let me just start by initializing this. So basically let image view, that is going to be UI image view, and for the image view I'm gonna set the content mode to aspect.fill, because we're gonna need to fill our entire so basically we're just gonna need to fill our entire header. Alright, so now we just need to add like an image for this image view so that we can see something on the screen actually. So basically I have downloaded like a sample image over here. You can just download whatever image you want. I just call that image header, and let me just go to my assets folder, and over here let me just drag this image over here. Normally, as you can see here, basically I have an image so that I can test basically if that is still working. So let me just go back to my profile table view header. Let me say image view.image, and that's going to be UI image. And basically whenever we need to add like an image that we have added into our assets folder, we just need to copy the name which the name has. So basically in this case, header. And over here, we just need to add this as a string over here, and we just need to return this image view. Before we do so, though, I need to actually enable the constraints or the auto layout. So let me just say translate auto resizing masks into constraints. Yeah, I have that fully memorized over here, so set that to false. All right, so we just need to add this image view to our header, and basically we're just gonna need to set the constraints for it to display it as well. So add sub view, and that is going to be profile header image view. All right, so the next thing that we need to do is actually to set the constraints of this. I'm actually going to like set the color one more time over here so that we can have like a separation between our actual content of the table view, so basically the cells, and the header view itself, so that we can see where we are putting our components over here. So I just need to add the function configure constraints as well over here, and let me just copy the name of the function, go back down over here, private function configure constraints, and basically let's start by adding the constraints for this component. All right, so basically let's just type profile header image view constraints. That is going to be an array of constraints that we're going to be specifying just right now. So profile header image view dot leading anchor, that's going to be constrained with the leading anchor of the not the controller basically, which but the profile table view header. And here we just need to say profile table view image top anchor constraints with the top anchor, profile header image view constraints basically the trailing anchor is going to be constrained with the trailing anchor over here as well. And basically I don't have like a bottom anchor for this. I'm going to specify a height anchor, which I'm going to give it like let's say height dot constraints equals to constant, and let me just say 180 for now. And over here, let me just set that to be activated. So profile header view constraints. All right, so basically before we start by testing if this is working, I just realized that I forgot something, which is basically we need to basically crop the image so that it doesn't flow outbounds the image view itself. So let me just do that. So image view dot clips to bounds, and let me set that to true. That means that the image is not going to overflow, or basically it's not going to go outbounds the 180 points that we have specified for this. So let me just hit build and run, and let me see if this is working. I believe we haven't actually activated this. That was commanded for some reason. So yeah, so let me just try and see. Yeah, that is basically working over here. As you can see here, basically this is the header, and basically it's just taking 180 points of the header container. So let me just dive in and add the image view that we're going to be using for displaying the profile avatar for this. All right, so basically let's just go up in here. Above that, I'm just going to add a new component. So basically private let profile avatar image view UI image view, and let me just start by adding this using the same anonymous closure method that we have done earlier in the profile header image view. So first of all, let me just say let image view, and that's going to be a UI image view just like we did earlier. And over here, let me just say image view dot clips to bounds, and that's going to be true. Image view dot layer dot masks to bounds, and that's going to be equals to true as well. So we can actually specify like a corner radius, which is basically we're going to make this image view like a circular. So let's say image view dot layer dot corner radius, and that is going to be 40 because I'm planning actually to give it like a width and a height of 80 points. So corner radius of 40, that's going to make it circular. And the reason we added the masks to bounds, so basically everything inside the layer that holds this image, whenever we like make a corner radius, we just need to basically clip everything outside. So basically it's just the circular view that you get at the end. Alright, so image view dot image, and let me set that for now to a system image, maybe give it like the name person, and I just got that from the SF sample. I've said that so many times, but here if someone just forgot from where I got this name. And over here, let me just say profile image view background color, and let me set that to like blue or something, or yellow. Okay, and now let's just return the image view over here. I'm just going to add this as well. So basically profile avatar image view, and I believe this is okay. Yeah, we get no error whatsoever. And right now we just need to configure the constraints for that view as well. So let me just go down in here and let me just say profile avatar image view. Let me just add the word constraints. That is going to be a new variable that's going to hold our constraints for this. All right, so basically the first constraint that we're going to add for this, so basically profile avatar image view dot leading anchor, and that is going to be constrained to the leading anchor plus 20 points. So basically 20 points from the leading anchor of the basically the profile table view header. And over here this is going to be a little bit tricky, but just follow along with me. But so profile avatar dot center y anchor, basically we just need to add like a anchor to the center y of this avatar, and we want to center this basically relative to the bottom anchor of the header image, and basically maybe add some offset for it. So let me just do that. So that is going to be constrained to the basically profile header image view dot bottom anchor, and basically we just need to push it like a little bit down, so 10 points. All right, and for the width and height, let me just set that really quick. So profile avatar image view width anchor dot maybe 80, because we have specified the corner radius to be 40 points. And for the profile avatar image height anchor, that is going to be constrained to 80 points over here. Let me just activate those constraints. So profile avatar image view constraints, and let me see what do we get. Right, so let's tap on this. Basically it's not added yet for some reason. Let me just debug that really quick. All right, so basically I just caught the error over here. Basically we forgot to actually enable the auto layout with the, you know, this long variable name. So image view dot translate all resizing mask into constraints, set that to false, hit build and run one more time, and as you can see here we have it. So basically we have just constrained the center anchor of our avatar to the bottom anchor of the header over here, and basically we just went like 10 points down. So basically you can see this effect, which is basically like offset from the bottom of the header view. I'm just repeating myself, but it's really simple. So let's just go ahead and start by adding the label that's going to hold our name. So let me just go up in here and let me just say private let display name label, and that's going to be UI label, and basically we're just going to initialize that over here. So let's start by typing let label, and that's going to be UI label. All right, we just need to, so not to forget, add the label dot translate all resizing mask into constraints false. All right, so label dot text, I'm gonna say Amr, which is basically my name. You can just choose your name, whatever. All right, so basically label dot font, I'm just going to set that to a system font. All right, and All right, I'm just going to say system font, yeah, of size 22, and that's going to be bold. And over here, I'm just going to return my label and make sure everything correct. Add this label to your header view, so display name label. And over here, we just need to set the constraints for this label as well. So display name label constraints, right? Let me just initialize that array. All right, so let me just start by typing display name label dot leading anchor. I'm just going to constrain that with the leading anchor of the avatar that we have. So profile avatar image view dot leading anchor, and also that is going to be like 20 points under the image of the avatar, basically. So display name label dot top anchor is going to be constrained with the bottom anchor of the avatar. So profile avatar image view dot bottom anchor, and that is going to be offset by 20 points in the positive y direction. So in this layout constraint activate display name label constraints. Let me hit build and run. And yeah, basically it's just really easy once you know what you're doing and all the constraints and the points for the offset, right and left, top and bottom. It's really simple because in a real project you're gonna be given like a design or wireframe with all that numbers given to you, so don't worry about that. So let me just start by adding the username label as well. So let me just go up in here and let me say private let username label, and that is going to be UI label, let label, and that's going to be UI label over here. So label dot translates all resizing masks, that going to be equal to 0, false as well. Label dot text, right? So maybe I'm gonna say Sam 96, right? So label dot color, text color basically, and that is going to be secondary label. All right, and yeah, I believe that's it. We just need to set the font for this as well. All right, so basically let me just type label dot font, and that is going to be a system font as well, of size 18. And for the weight, I'm just going to say regular for here, and we're just going to return the label that we have added. For the display name label as well, I just need to explicitly say that the text color for this is going to be label, and basically this is an adaptive color that adapts whether you have like light mode or black mode or night mode enabled, and is going to adjust its color basically on that. So basically we just need to add this the calling parentheses over here, and down there we just need to add another sub view, which is basically the username label. And over here basically we're just going to set the constraints for the username label as well. As you can see here, basically we're just doing the same thing over and over again. So basically it's just going to be like a piece of cake in the future whenever you try to add this by yourself. So username label constraints, right? So let username constraint, right? So username label dot leading anchor dot constraints, and that is going to be constrained with the display name label dot leading anchor, right? And for the top anchor for this username label, I'm just going to say username dot top anchor, right, constraints, and that is going to be constrained to display name label bottom anchor, and give that like 5 points from here. And this layout activate username label constraint. Let me hit build and run so that you can see the result of this. Press on the bottom, and as you can see here, basically we have the text. It's clearly not visible for this because we have like a red background color, but let me just remove that, and basically you can see it once we tap on this. As you can see here, basically we have like everything set up. We don't need this background color anymore. You just need to add the correct numbers that I'm going to provide you with so that we can match the design from Twitter. All right, so right now let's just add the label that's going to hold our bio. So let me just go up in here and let me say private let bio or basically user bio label, and that is going to be a UI label as well. All right, so let me just add the colon parentheses. So let label, and that's going to be UI label. Label.translates auto resizing mask is equal to false. All right, label.number of lines, and I'm going to set that to 3 for now because I don't want to extend, because we can just give that like a maximum number of characters, because we don't want people to add whatever lines that they want with this label, because we don't want to mess our layout after all. All right, so label.text color, and that is going to be a label as well. Okay, so let's just return the label over here. All right, yeah, I just need to add the word color over here. All right, so let's just move down here and add that to our view. So add subview user bio label. Let's just set the constraint for that as well. So user bio label constraints. Right, so we just need to set that to user bio label dot leading anchor. I'm just going to constrain that with the display name leading anchor, if that makes sense. So display name label dot leading anchor, and for the trailing anchor, I just don't want to extend towards the end of the container. So username label, or basically, I'm sorry, the user bio. Yeah, I just got that error. So user bio error dot trailing anchor. I'm just going to constrain that with my trailing anchor, and I'm just going to give it like a padding from the right, so like 5 points. That makes sense, total sense for me. And for the top, basically, yeah, for the top anchor, that's going to be below the username. So let me just set that to be constrained with the username label. Right, so bottom anchor, and so 5 points in the positive y direction. And yeah, we just forgot the adding the separator over here. All right, so let me just go down here, activate this with the username bio label, I'm sorry, the user bio constraint. And over here, let me just specify like a dummy text for now. So text, I'm just going to set that to iOS developer, because this is my bio in the real Twitter account. So let me just hit build and run. Let me see if that is working. And yeah, indeed, that is actually working. Okay, and now we just need to add like 2 or more, basically 2 or more icons, labels. So let's just add that. All right, so let's just go ahead and add like an icon for our birthday or label. So let me just do that. All right, so let's just add like a calendar image view, because we're going to be needing that to display the date of basically the creation of this account. So let me just do that. So private let join date image view. I'm just going to set that to a normal image view over here. So let me just say let image view. Right, so basically UI image view. I'm just going to set that to basically image, and that is going to be a UI image for a system name calendar. Okay, and we're just gonna like add some configuration for this, because we're just going to resize this. Yeah, UI image dot symbol configuration, and for the point size, I'm just going to specify like 14 points. I tested that before, so yeah, that looks great. And over here, basically, I'm just gonna say the tint color for the image view is going to be secondary label. Right, image view dot translates auto resizing masks to false, so that we can actually use the auto layout. And over here, I'm just going to return that image. So return image view. Right, so let me just remove this white space, go down here, add this add as a sub view. So join date image view, and let's just move down here, repeat the same dance over there, and basically start by configuring the constraints for the join date image view. All right, so let me just type joined date image view constraints. Right, so and that is going to be join date image view dot leading anchor. I'm just going to set everything with the leading anchor of the display name. So whenever we wanted to change the position of everything, like we can just move the display name, and basically all of these components are just going to be pushed right or left, basically with that. So display name label dot leading anchor, and for the top anchor, I'm just going to say basically that's going to be under the user bio. So user bio dot bottom anchor, and just give that like 5 points margin. Add that, so activate join date image view constraints. Let me just see if that is working, and yeah, I believe yes. And as you can see here, basically we have the calendar image over there, so we just need to add like the dummy text that's going to hold our actual format of the date. So let me just do that really quick, because this video is getting too long, and I believe we're going to be able to finish the profile with the next episode as well. So let me just go ahead and do that. So let me just go up in here and start by adding another component. All right, so let's start by typing private let joined date label, and that's going to be a normal label. So let me just say let, right, so let label, and that's going to be UI label. We're just going to enable the auto layout, so translates auto resizing mask to false. That's going to be it. So label dot text, maybe something like joined May, right, so May 2021. All right, for the label, I'm just going to say the text color. All right, so basically the text color is going to be secondary label as well. Label.font, I'm just going to set that to somewhere around 14 points. So system font, all right, so system font of size and weight 14, regular, return label. All right, so basically let's just add that subview as well. So add subview joined date label, and let's just configure the constraints really quick for this view. All right, so let's just say joined date label constraints. All right, let, and that is going to be constrained with the trailing anchor of the calendar image that we have added. So joined date label leading anchor, that's going to be constrained with the basically joined date image view dot trailing anchor, and that's going to be like separated by 2 points. That's really okay. Joined date label dot bottom anchor, I just need to have that on the same line of the calendar image. So let me just say joined date image view dot bottom anchor, and let me just initialize that, or basically activate this by saying that. So nslayout dot activate join date label constraints, that's the one. I'm just going to see if that is still working. And as you can see here, basically everything looks okay. So we have the header, the avatar, the display name, username, the bio, as well the joined date label and image. So basically that's it for this tutorial, because it's really getting too long. We're gonna continue configuring our profile in the next part. So if you like what you just saw, please hit that like button, consider subscribing to my channel. That's going to help me a lot, and I really appreciate if you left a comment down there. You can just ask about anything, and I'm just going to do my best to answer all the comments on my videos. So once again, that's the end. Again, that was Amr. I was very happy delivering this content, so peace out.